Well, you can see the Hollywood Freerunners fans, they've brought their tifos, and that is the main man for them. Kyle Soderman. Whatever tactics they've changed with the addition of Amos Rendao, they're not changing this. Soderman will lead off for them at every available opportunity because he is most likely to get evasions, perhaps more likely than anybody on planet Earth to get evasions, and he's going to get one here. That's exactly what he's done. He was in danger a couple of times, but just ducked out of it like he was Neo from the Matrix.
It looked like he was going to get tagged, but he wasn't. He was a master of changing direction. How did that happen? He made great use of those vertical bars.
McCoy Hampton picked up an evasion for Rise in their opening game. He did look like a very, very useful chase tag athlete, and look at that pace as Kyle Soderman turns on the jets, and he turns back around, and somehow he's got away from McCoy over the sisters once again. This man is an absolute nightmare to catch hold of, and McCoy, in desperation, goes out of the entire quad. Kyle Soderman has got this team throwing themselves out of the square.
Look, Kyle knew that speed was his friend against McCoy. He kept McCoy on his tail through all the straightaways.
Well, Kyle Soderman won their opening game against APK Gray with an evasion. He can win this one with a tag, and that's exactly what he does. And Kyle Soderman lets out a roar of victory. Hollywood sending in Kyle Soderman to go after Steez. Now, is this a particular tactic? Do they recognise that Stephen McCarty is a major threat? Well, it's a slam into the sisters from Kyle Soderman there. It did not work. And Steez, a little look over the shoulder. Oh, a stumble, and it proves fatal. And you can see the howl of anguish from Steez there, because were it not for that mistake, it might have been a level game.
Very good, very obvious chase IQ from Kyle Soderman. He just cut in when he needed to cut, followed when he needed to follow.
In comes their superstar, Kyle Soderman. Hasn't had as big an effect on this game as he would have liked so far, but there's still time yet, as we are in the final quarter of this match, and the Freerunners lead by one, but Soderman can sew it up.
Great choice by Hollywood Freerunners to send in Soderman. If he gets that tag, which he did, they are on match point, and he is the evader to solidify this match win for them.
Match point, Hollywood Freerunners! Athletes ready!
A Soderman evasion puts them straight through to the quarterfinals. Can Steez stop them? Look at the pace from this man. A little shimmy and a shake, and another shimmy and a shake. He's got more shake than McDonald's as Steez goes through the ridge and can't make the tag. And over the sisters, and Soderman again, shimmying, shaking, hiding in the corner. Oh, the lights go green! The tag seems to have been given. Steez is claiming it. Kyle Soderman, I'm not sure he's going to accept this. I think they're going to go DTR.
Incredible. Kyle wasting time at the corner. Once you get caught at the tilted cube, typically you're gonna get caught. That's a pinch point for chasers. However, he wasted enough time. Let's see this result of the DTR.
It is a disputed tag review. There's no argument about whether the tag was made. It's whether it was done within 20 seconds. And the milliseconds, a half a second or so, where Kyle Soderman was just sat in the very far corner and Steez couldn't reach him, might prove to be the difference between winning this match and potentially losing or drawing it. You can see the bars, he's tangled up in them, but this is where the move comes. He comes around that new bar added to the tilted cube, he reaches out, he touches him, the lights have not gone green yet, they go green now. You can see it is fractions, we are talking milliseconds.
What a move. Let's see from the final decision of Cozy, the head ref.
Great call from the refs, they said it was a tag, but they must have been guessing. We're talking such small fractions. Team captain versus team captain. No surprise to see Hollywood send Kyle Soderman in first. They want to get him on the quad, and they want to get him evading and registering points. It's a simple strategy, and it's one that, well, it's gone well so far. It didn't go that well for Serge, who got a size 10 Olo landing somewhere near his ear hole. The biggest evader in chase tag history, this man, Kyle Soderman, but He's pretty handy with the tags as well, and now he's going to get a chance to add to his evasion haul.
Quick moves by Kyle Soderman out there, keeping his team up there 2-0. As you can see, Steve Moffitt just staring at Soderman, not knowing where to go, picking and choosing his route, but Soderman just too fast that vault over.
2-0, Hollywood Free Runners. Athletes ready!
Well, good to see Luciano in the players' zone and cheering on his teammates. So hopefully his knee injury isn't that bad, but it's looking pretty serious for his team here in the quarterfinals as Soderman shimmies and shakes and jinks and open air jukes, and there's a dive there from Amblo. He does not make contact, and Soderman is going to put another point on the board for Hollywood. The lights go green. Hollywood will be heading through to the semi-finals. It is not done and dusted just yet, but it may be in about 30 seconds time.
Wow, I could have sworn there were 2 close tags there, but refs did not see anything, and Nick Amblo did not make that tags clean enough, so there was no call. Kyle Soderman picks up another evasion.
Jarrod Luty looking to evade, playing in his home state from Texas originally, and there's a dive through that's claimed by Soderman, but he gets up and carries on because it hasn't been given. We may look at that again, but we don't need to look at that one again because it's a roar of triumph from Kyle Soderman.
Indeed, that second tag was for sure a tag. That first one was not clear enough. He knew, though, from his experience that once that is not given, you have to continue and make it get given.
0-all.
Hollywood Freerunners find themselves in a familiar position, trailing to Apex Moon. Can they finally get one over on this team? If they do, they'd be the first team ever to do it, and Kyle Soderman might be the most likely weapon if they are going to achieve the improbable.
This is a very good move, sending Kyle in when they are 1 point behind, almost halfway, more than halfway through the match. Kyle now has a chance to catch up to Apex Moon with another evasion.
Rob Shield dancing like a dad at a disco and then stamping his feet to try and get some sort of a reaction from Soderman. And he is off, and that's where you see the pace. No chance of making the tag around the front line there, but he bounces off the mountain, and Rob Shield's caught on the hop here. Can't cut him off at the front line, and Soderman goes down low, comes in caught, losing his footing. It doesn't matter! It doesn't matter! Because Kyle Soderman has leveled it up!
That's the Soderman we know. He controlled the tempo the entire time. Rob was trying to cut in through the center, but they both stumbled, but it was enough for Kyle to get away.
Remaining 1-all.
Alex steps up, and Kyle Soderman in that corner, a regular starting position for him because he bounces off the outer walls, and now he's got a little bit of time to play for. Jiggle, 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 and now off he goes as Alex goes through the ridge and a jump onto the sisters, and Kyle Soderman makes it look so easy, glides across this quad. It's another point, isn't it? Of course it's another point. That's number 6 for Kyle Soderman in this tournament.
Look, Kyle is an incredible evader. You could see the difference in strategy there. He was going and using the obstacle, making sure that there was something in between him and his chaser.